What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I know y'all are probably wondering why I have on my graduation hat. It's because today we are talking about applying to nursing school, and you always have to start with the end in mind. So I'm wearing my graduation hat because that's the end goal of nursing school, is to graduate and have your degree. So first, I want to say, if you're considering nursing school, make sure that it is exactly what you want to do. Because if it's not, it'll be not worth it, and it'll be a hard time trying to get through it. Once you decide that you really want to be a nurse, you really want to go to nursing school, you have to do your research. Research. There are so many different schools, so many different programs, different kinds of accreditations that you want to make sure that everybody has, that your degree will actually be recognized by the boards of nursing. So when considering associate's programs over bachelor's, I would just say you have to pretty much go with what works for you. Now, the way that healthcare is moving and advancing, if you get an associate's degree, most hospitals require you sign kind of like a contract saying that within the next X amount of years, I'm going to go back and get my bachelor's degree. The end result is both you're going to be a registered nurse. It's just a matter of having a bachelor's. You have to write a couple more papers, that type of thing, and then associates, you don't. They're both 2 years. Some of them are less expensive. So some people choose to do the associate degree route because of financial reasons, because they figure you go to associate's program and then I'm going to go get a job as a nurse, and then the hospital will be able to get me tuition reimbursement to pay for my bachelor's. Some people think that the bachelor is more financially sound because of other reasons. Like for me, I was a first time in college student. I didn't have to go back to go to nursing school, so I had bright futures and I had for the prepaid to pay for my college. So it would have made more sense for me to just get my bachelor's my first time around, because either way it go, like, I would have spent less money. And then considering the fact that I know I want to go back to school to get a advanced practice degree, I figured it's best to like get my bachelor's right off the bat, so that I can just, after I get my bachelor's, go into a graduate program. And that some ASN program, I mean, some schools have where you can do like an ASN to master's bridge program. You just have to research, like I said, and figure out which options are most effective and efficient for you. I really appreciated my nursing program because I was able to do so much within my program. It was a 5-semester program, and in that 5 semesters, I was able to really have a great clinical experience and a great didactic experience. I feel like I was very prepared for my boards through my program. That's another thing you have to look at. NCLEX pass rates are very important. You have to see if the people going through the program are actually successful in passing their NCLEX the first time around. How is your program going to prepare you for NCLEX? With my program, we bought ATI, and they also offered us hers too. I did both of those, but NCLEX is a whole nother monster. We're talking about applying to school, but you do want to start with the end in mind. So you want to look at their passage rates. Curriculum is very important. Extra things you can get involved in. So I was in the Nursing Student Council. My 3rd semester, I was able to do study abroad. Community health class and clinical was offered abroad. In my program, you can do Panama, St. Croix, or I think it was Scotland. And I was selected for the Panama trip, and I was able to spend 2 weeks in Panama. I did my clinicals at a health clinic in Llano Bonito, which was a great experience. I love to travel anyway, so I was very thankful that I can like have a traveling experience a part of my nursing experience. Semester, I was able to do some undergraduate research. My whole thing that I love is anything cardiac, heart related. So I was able to be a research assistant on a app that one of my professors were developing, which I probably can't say too much about, but it was a really great experience because I think undergraduate research is not something that a lot of people think about. When you think about research, you think about it on a PhD level or a graduate level, but I was really glad that I had that experience as an undergrad to get my feet wet in the research realm, and that kind of like put a lot into perspective as far as going to get another degree. I got to like see research hand in hand and how it can be very applicable in a clinical setting. So I think that experience alone was something that I'm very glad I got to experience in my nursing program. So when you consider your programs, you really have to just see everything they offer. I would go take a tour. I would reach out to people who are already students there, who've graduated from there. You can ask them about their NCLEX and how they felt their program prepared them for their NCLEX. So I would just keep all that stuff in mind before you apply, because applications are expensive. So you want to make sure you're applying to quality programs who you wouldn't mind spending all that money on your education for. I would look into their prerequisites that the program requires that you take before you actually get into nursing. For high school students, I wholeheartedly recommend, if your high school lets you do dual enrollment, to look at the prereqs for nursing programs. And if you can take dual enrollment classes, try to knock a lot of those out with dual enrollment, because you don't have to pay for them. And then that'll be one less thing you have to do when you're actually like get into a college and have to apply to nursing school. I would say apply to more than one program. Some nursing programs require you to take entrance exams like the TEAS test or a HESI exam. So make sure you're studying for those, prepared for those. If you need letters of recommendation, make sure you are a great person to all of your professors or anybody who can write you a letter of recommendation, because that plays a huge role in it too. If you have to write an essay, I would say start writing early, get multiple people to read it. If you have an interview, I would definitely interview tips, interview questions for nursing school exam, nursing school entrance. Yeah, so that's pretty much how I would say getting to nursing school. Like, that's things you want to be mindful of when you're applying to programs. Personal nursing experience, I graduated high school and I went straight to USF for college, and I was pretty dead set that I wanted to be a nurse since I was in high school. So when I got there, there's no like, you're either a pre-nursing major or a nursing major, but you can't enter college as a nursing major. They'll put you in pre-nursing. So I was a pre-nursing major, and all of my classes were pretty much the prereqs for nursing school. I stayed in a living learning community with a lot of other people who were also pre-nursing majors who were applying to nursing school, which helped a little bit, but it was also like very competitive amongst the people who I was living with, because everybody like was kind of like, it's only enough spots for a certain amount of people. So I want to make sure I have that spot, and everybody was kind of like catty. It kind of became catty a lot, but I think overall it was a great experience because it kind of put you in a living community with like-minded people who all were striving for the same thing. You took a lot of the same classes, so if you had questions and you had a buddy who you buddy in the dorm, they were very open to helping you. It was like very much so a group thing, getting through all the prereqs. For my nursing program, specifically when I applied, it went by GPA and write an essay. So my GPA that I had when I applied was about a 3.75, which I worked extremely hard for, because when I first got to college and I met with my advisor, she was very discouraging. She basically told me she didn't think I was going to get nursing school. So I kind of like took that with a grain of salt, and like it pushed me to study really hard in all my prereqs to make sure my GPA was high enough that I could get in the program. So my GPA was high, and I started writing my essay. I believe my application deadline was in March. I started writing my essay like the previous fall semester, so like around August, September, I started writing my nursing school essay. And then at my school we had a writing center, so I went to the writing center pretty much like once every 3 weeks so I can like meet with the writing coaches, so they helped me write my essay. It was everything that I wanted to say. I feel like it painted a very great picture of me and why I wanted to become a nurse. Right before I applied, I got one of the deans of the College of Nursing to read my essay. She was reading a couple people's essays, so I emailed her, and once I reached out to her, she was like, yeah, I'll read it. So she read my essay. That was that. And then I remember being so nervous about submitting my application, but I was like, I have to do it. This is what I wanted to do, so I'm gonna just press submit. So after I pressed submit, it was spring break, so I had a week off from school. I went to Puerto Rico with my best friends for a week, and I tried to keep it off my mind. I came back, and on March 13th, it was a Friday, I was taking a nap, and then I woke up from my nap and I saw, like, I got an email and it said your SOAR application status has been changed. So I'm like, what? Like, SOAR is the online application that they use to apply or whatever. So I went onto my SOAR account and it's like status changed to accepted, and I got so excited I exited out of it so fast. So I started screaming. I'm like, oh my God. So I called my mom crying, and when she was like, what does it say? What does it say? So I like tried to go back and find the notification, and I couldn't find it anymore. And then I started to freak out again because I'm like, oh my God, what if it was just a dream? Like, what if it's just a dream? So then I was able to pull it up again, and I saw that I got accepted, and it was like literally one of the most gratifying moments of my whole life. So yeah, I would just say, applying to school, stay positive, do your research, make sure it's exactly what you want to do. If it's what you want to do, you can't let anybody who might have their own opinions about nurses or nursing schools or different programs deter you from applying, because you never know. Just because somebody's experience was one thing doesn't mean your experience will be the same. So I wish everybody luck who is applying to nursing school. Stay positive, be very optimistic. If you're doing interviews, I would say be yourself, because people can read when you aren't yourself. Even in writing an essay, people can read when it's like not genuine. So I would say just be yourself, make sure it's what you want to do, and good luck. So thank you guys for watching my video. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, feel free to let me know. If you have any more suggestions on any other videos you want me to record, also let me know. And I look forward to seeing you guys in my next vlog.